Welcome, 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 my dear brothers and sisters, my beloved wife, Maheen. It's an honor to be here with you, to have the opportunity to share vital knowledge and inspiration with you. Today I have very good news for you. The patenting of a sugar that I call Power Sugar. It's a sugar that will actually increase your strength, increase your endurance, speed up muscle recovery time, energize you, and at the same time reduce your cavities, ear, nose, and throat infections. On top of which is diabetic friendly. Power Sugar. It does all that. Even if you're diabetic, you can take this without having a surge of insulin or dramatic rise in glucose. As a matter of fact, your glucose level may come down even a little bit with this. The patent just came through June of 2011. Took 6 years to get the patent, and it's going to help reduce the suffering throughout the world, because you have the tremendous suffering and cost of sugar-related diseases, which include periodontal disease, cancer, diabetes, and cardiovascular disease. This sugar, this Power Sugar, which is delicious and it's all natural, will actually increase how much money you make. It's going to increase your earnings over a lifetime. Why? Because when you use the conventional 6-carbon sugars, the sucrose, the dextrose, you'll be out more with sick leave due to the sugar-related diseases. This will prevent those diseases and actually strengthen you. So you're going to have a more productive work life and make money on this sugar. So really, the sugar is free. When you look at the cost over the lifetime, it's going to be free because of the more productive work days you're going to have. Not to mention the reduction of tremendous suffering related to those sugar-induced diseases. Now, the sugar is so delicious, this Power Sugar. So before I do power events, when I set a world record or I do a strength demonstration like I did at Whittier College, right before my 70th birthday, I did 2 Nuremberg truck pulls. I sat on the ground, loaded up one F-150 Ford pickup truck, sat on the ground, I pulled it. Then we hooked up 2 of them, linked together, sat on the ground with 6 people, average weight of 250 pounds, sat on the ground and pulled it. And you see me taking the Power Sugar right before that. I take it as well before my other world records that I have. Now the way I take this sugar, and you've never seen anybody take sugar the way I'm going to take this right now, is I take it right out of the package. I put it in coffee, you can put it in foods. Pamela Younger, who will be talking with us in a little while, has made turkey jerky, salmon jerky, beef jerky, all using this, chocolates, all kinds of pastries using the sugar. But I take it straight like this. I let it stay in my mouth because I like the sweets. 35% less calories, just so I can help with weight loss. But I like to put it in my mouth like that because it helps reduce cavities. It creates an environment where the germs, the dangerous bacteria, can't get a good hold on the mucous membranes. So they don't build up a resistance to this sugar. It doesn't kill it off in the way that antibiotics does, and then the bacteria and harmful organisms develop a resistance. There's no resistance to it. It creates an environment where the germs cannot thrive. The taste is just incredible. So before I do feats of strength, and I'm starting to feel it, typically it takes 10, 20 minutes, but I feel it right away because I get an energizing effect right away just from the sweetness. So again, it increases strength, increases endurance, speeds up muscle recovery, and energizes. And I feel the energy right now. That is good. Now, I love it. It's delicious. And it's good for you. Sugar is practically synonymous with something harmful. This is a sugar. It's a 5-carbon sugar, unlike the commercial sugars, which are 6-carbon sugars. That's actually good for you. So then what I do is I have some coffee. I have some soy creamer in here. And what I do, I'm already feeling energized, I got to tell you. I mean, I feel so energized, it's unbelievable. So then I take, that's one packet that way. Then I dump in two packets of the Power Sugar. And I treasure my health, so I wouldn't take a sugar that's going to damage my teeth or add to these cardiovascular diseases. The research is phenomenal. People ask, well, is it FDA approved? Well, you don't need FDA approval any more than you need FDA approval for a peach or an apple or an almond. It's natural. Your body is actually making these components, the D-ribose and xylitol. Your body's actually making it. Plus it has silicon dioxide to help keep it from caking up, and the silicon dioxide is good for hair, nails, and skin. So I dump in a second one. I'm pumped. I'm ready right now for a feed of power already, just from what I took. Yeah. The energizing effect, there's something about the sweetness and the ingredients that potentiate each other. The patent's on the blend. The blend is much more delicious and nutritious than far more than either one by itself. It's only 60 calories for an ounce as opposed to 96 calories if you're getting the conventional sugars. Makes the coffee taste really great. And maybe I should do some pull-ups or something. We may need to change the camera angle for a minute because I feel ready to go. I'm telling you, it hits fast. I'm going to have to do this. I'm going to do some pull-ups. I feel so energized. My body's so filled with power right now. I feel it that fast. So I've got to do the demonstration. Okay. That. Yeah. Woo! Yeah. I'm 70 years old. I feel filled with power. And I feel it from the sugar. The caffeine, of course, adds to it too with the coffee. So that's the kind of power, the energizing, we're talking about. It's real. Any athlete who uses this will see the effect. Your body needs ATP to have energy. The mitochondria in the cells burn the ATP to get the power. You can't get the ATP production without the D-ribose. Your body makes some D-ribose, but when you're exerting yourself a lot, you're not making it fast enough. This D-ribose allows you to make that ATP faster. You cannot have ATP without the D-ribose sugar. Fact. One of the ingredients in the Power Sugar is that D-ribose. Some say the D-ribose is the next creatine. Doesn't taste that good by itself, but when you have it in Dr. Ehrenberg's Power Sugar, it's delicious. And they really augment each other, the ingredients. It's a symbiotic relationship. You feel even more energized because the taste is so good too. So you just saw me, 70 years of age, a little tired this morning, took this sugar, and I had to do something. I felt that power through my body. It's no act, it's no gimmick. I felt it. And I went and just did a bunch of pull-ups. Keep in mind, the average young man in his 20s, the average American young man in his 20s cannot do one pull-up. Not one. They go maybe halfway. I'm 70 years old. Of course, I'm an athlete, power athlete, but this sugar really energized me, give you that power, and it'll do that for anybody. This is the segment on Power Sugar. I have to tell you how delicious it is. And not only does it give you that power, but it reduces your cavities, reduces your ear, nose, and throat infections. I mean, my gosh, and if you're diabetic, it's safe for you. That's a lot. Well, without any further ado, I want to introduce Pamela Younger, who will talk about the sugar as well as some other products that she has. She's done a lot of baking for us in the past using the sugars, making delicious foods. Pamela Younger, welcome. Welcome, Pamela.
Thank you all very much. I just wanted to step in for just a moment and thank you all for being here, and to back Dr. Nuremberg, of course, because his sugar is an excellent source of energy and nutrients. It's also a really great product to work with when you're in the kitchen, when you're making your meals for your family, when you're providing food for parties or for your store or whatever. This product is a very, very wonderful natural product. It benefits everyone that consumes it. It benefits, even one thing that doctor forgot to mention and that I would love to touch base with, because I know many, many people who have it, is fibromyalgia. This is a wonderful product for people who have any kind of muscle and joint problems. The muscles with fibromyalgia patients are very aching, and the pains roam, and this product, the D-ribose in this product, is an excellent, excellent source for those patients and those who suffer from that. You can't say enough really good things about it. It's the kind of thing you want to put in your chocolate milk and give to your kids in the morning before they go to school. You don't have to worry about their cavities. You don't have to worry about the calories. It's something that's very comforting as a parent, as a chef, for you to know that you're giving your children, your family, your loved ones, and the consumers a wonderful product that they could all enjoy on a regular basis. And it's only pennies to use. That's the good thing. And it's, as Nuremberg had said, Dr. Nuremberg had mentioned, it's going to save you so much in the long run. And not only that, it improves your quality of life. And that's what we're all looking for. We're looking for a sustainable way affordable sustainable way where we can improve our quality of life and we can enrich those around us. With that having said, we want to also remind you that your omega-3s are also very valuable. We all know that. You're supposed to eat your salmon, and you're supposed to make sure you have all of these products are so much of your omega-3s daily, and most of us don't enjoy taking the omega-3 pills, which are very large. The rest of us don't particularly enjoy salmon or fish products. And then we have a large number now that are growing and that are vegetarian, which wouldn't consume any of that. We have so much to consider when it comes to the omegas and your fish oil products these days because of the farmed fish, for the contaminants that are in the fish, and the overfishing of our natural resources of salmon and the omegas. Of course, there are other fish that do provide omegas, but nonetheless, we're overfishing. The demand is high. This is a wonderful alternative, and this is applicable in any product that you make. It can be in your baking and your cookies, just as the sugar. It can be put on top of your ice cream as a topping. It is so easy to use, and only 2 tablespoons will give you the equivalence of an 8-ounce serving of salmon for pennies on the dollar. We cannot afford not to do it. When you look at the omegas, they regulate your pH balance, they regulate blood pressure, they help you with your cholesterol. They're an IQ booster. They absolutely have proven that in the prison systems in Europe, they have conducted extensive surveys on human behaviors, where they in fact supplemented their diets with the omegas, and they found over a 6-month period of time there was a 68% reduction in aggressive behavior in our penitentiaries. They then went to the far right on that and removed it again, and everything was back up to the level as it was prior to consuming the omega-3s, and that only took about 6 weeks to surface really hard. So it's a very, very important component in our diets. It's very easy to put into your diet. It's not expensive. It's something worth looking for. As I said, it'll go in your pancakes. It's a special blend of flax. It's a special blend that has a ratio to balance the 3s and the 6s, where you have optimum health and benefit from these products. Most of us have too many omega-6s in our system, which will absolutely deteriorate your health in a number of ways. A lot of our junk foods and processed foods do that to us, but our lifestyles are such in a fast pace that we are all guilty of it. We're all grabbing things and munching out on the road, and we shouldn't. These products are easy to apply. It's easy for you to use at home. It's the sesame and the chia, it's the hemp and the sunflower seeds, the pumpkin seed, the flax, all of those combined with specific ratios for pennies. I can't even tell you, for pennies a serving, it's literally that. And the benefits you get. Again, in the long run, the health, the quality of health, and the service that you give to your family and the provisions that you're making for your loved ones, it's phenomenal. It's actually guilty of us not to do it, because we have ways now of doing that where it is affordable. Come back in, doctor.
Let me also add about the omegas. It's known to reduce depression. It's excellent for your cardiovascular system. As a matter of fact, it will reduce triglycerides. If your triglycerides are high, you're more prone to a cardiovascular event such as a heart attack or stroke. And when you reduce your triglycerides, then your HDL, your good cholesterol, goes up, which also further reduces the plaque in the artery. So the amazing benefits of these omegas are incredible. And also, it's very good. It's good fiber. It also will help reduce various kinds of cancers, such as colon cancers.
It's all about balance and harmony and simple solutions, and that's what we're providing for you all today. And we're continuing to research and discover ways of application and to make it as easy as possible for the consumer. The simple solutions for healthy lifestyles.
Thank you, Pamela.
Thank you, doctor.
So you've now seen these products will tremendously add to your life, and really they're free. Why? Because you're going to have more productive work days over your career. That's the good news. It's all free. It's not just that it's inexpensive. It's free when you look at it increases your productivity over your lifetime by reducing illnesses. You have the reduction of the sugar-related diseases such as diabetes, periodontal disease, cancers, and cancer from the sugar, and then the cardiovascular, and then the omegas just supplement that, add to those reduction of those illnesses. So you can have a longer, productive work life and better quality of life. That's the good news. So without any further ado, I want to thank you for being here. It's been an honor to be in your presence and have the opportunity to present this to you. Are there any questions that you have of myself or Pamela at this time? Yeah, Dr. Engler.
I'm wondering if you have tested this on ADD patients or any hyperactive person.
I have.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
I have, because I have children. I have absolutely done that, and that's why I'm telling you it's a really phenomenal thing. In fact, it's interesting enough, when we were doing all of the research and development of these products, one of my children was diagnosed for UCLA from panic disorder, which is something that it falls in the lines of ADD and all the, nonetheless, between the sugar products and the omegas were very big, and the sugar, because it was a very subtle surge of energy in a way, it didn't give you the ADD aggravation, as you were just saying. It's a totally different effect.
But it's a good question. And as I look at the effect that it has on me, the energizing effect, and you take somebody who's ADHD, you might expect that the person will be even more hyper. It's possible. I don't really know of clinical data on it, but I see the point. If somebody who's already hyper, sugar, any kind of sugar might be a problem, might be problematic, especially when you get this kind of energy. So that's something a person would have to experiment with in terms of the sugar. The omega-3 is not going to exacerbate it, but this I couldn't say for sure.
This will calm it.
Yeah, this might
This will
calm
be
it,
the
yeah.
counter to that.
Yeah. Yeah. For most of us who need energy and power, this is the sugar to have. This is the sugar to have. If you already have so much energy that you just can't take anymore, you're going to be destructive with it, you don't want this sugar. Yeah, let me repeat that. If you're a person who's already just flowing over with energy, just hyped up and going all the time, you don't want this sugar. But if you're a person hyped up with energy and you go through periods where there's a lull and you're down, so you take somebody who's, say, a manic disorder. When they're manic episode, they're all over the place, but they may need it when they're having the depressive part of the bipolar reaction. But again, this is for people who want that power, who want the energy, who want faster muscle recovery, who want greater endurance, which is most of us want this sugar. Any other questions? Okay, Dr. Engler.
Okay. Did I hear that you said it was good for cavities? Or for-
Yeah, this sugar, the power sugar, will actually help prevent cavities. And the good news is that if one's just starting up, it could help with remineralization and actually prevent it from growing, so it won't get any bigger. Now, as Pamela said, also some of the other clinical applications, fibromyalgia. Someone with fibromyalgia, you touch them in different spots in their body, it's painful. They're in a tremendous pain. And typically insomnia goes with it, irritable bowel syndrome, there's a whole complex. But the pain is phenomenal, it's just debilitating. One of the components, the D-ribose, is very helpful with that. Now, if somebody also has a heart issue like congestive heart failure, they really need this sugar because this will energize their heart. Dr. Stephen Sinatra, the leading cardiologist in alternative medicine, said the awesome four for the heart: magnesium, coenzyme Q10, L-carnitine, and then the fourth one he discovered, D-ribose, which is one of the components in this patented blended sugar. So the clinical applications, we keep finding more and more benefits to people. But whenever you want your heart working efficiently, you want more energy, power, endurance, this sugar will do it, as well as the health benefits of cutting down ear, nose, and throat infections.
You had mentioned before you were using it when you were using it in the mouth, how it stunned or did not allow certain bacteria to grow. The one thing that was very interesting with this sugar is when you were baking with it, it did cease the development of yeast, so it doesn't work well in a yeast product. Imagine what that does to your body. Most of us all have some underlying fungal infections. I mean, I work with a physician, a holistic physician, who treats this on a very regular basis. This product here would not feed any fungal disorder in anyone at all, because you do get the benefit of this sugar, and you can leave off the 6 carbon sugars, which is what actually feeds it and creates it.
So this sugar is very good for not. Now let me tell you how it works. Again, it doesn't directly kill, say, germs, bacteria, whatever. It doesn't directly kill them. It makes the mucous membrane so smooth that they can't get a hold of it. They have to be able to have an environment to live in, and they can't get there right because they can't grab onto the membranes. So also it reduces plaques. It not reduces cavities. It'll actually prevent plaque from developing in your mouth, which is the source of periodontal disease. And the bacteria do not develop a resistance to this sugar because it's just an environment where they can't thrive and it does not directly kill them. Well, it's been an honor to be with you. We're very grateful that Pamela was here. Grateful that you're here. Thank you very much.
Thank you.